This is the third video, part 3 for CISC 133 case study, LAN, switching, and wireless. Alright, so we're on to our next step. Layer 2, create trunks and VLans. So we'll want to configure our trunks on the switches and make sure that we got them in the right ports. Then we're going to use VTP. We'll create a VTP domain. We will then create the VLANs and assign them to the correct ports, and then we will check to make sure that everything is working properly. So here we go. We'll go to Packet Tracer, and we need to put some trunks on these switches here. So gigabit port 1.1, 1.2, and 1.2. So if I do this right and VTP is working properly, all I should have to do is just configure this switch. So I will do a interface GI1/1 and type switch port mode trunk. Now I will go to 1/2 and the same. Now this one will come up because VTP, or the dynamic trunking protocol, if you may remember, will automatically go to the other side and configure trunking. The router over here is actually shut down, that interface, so we're not going to be able to trunk on that side. So if I go to the router over here and I go to interface FA00, do a no shut, that should now start trunking. So we'll do a little fast forward with our time, look at the switch. Now if I do this command show interface trunk, I should see both of those interfaces up and trunking. So G1 and G2 are trunking. So hallelujah, I have now got trunking working. Now I want to work on VTP. So if I'm doing this right, all I have to do is create a domain and we'll call it SWIC. Now that should automatically change the domain of the switch over here to SWIC as well. We'll see if it did that. We'll do show VTP status, and what do you know? It actually worked. Okay, now we will create some VLANs over here. We'll say VLAN 10, name sales, VLAN 20, name counting, VLAN 30, name admin. Now let's look at my VLANs. We'll do show VLANs and we'll see that we have VLANs 10, 20, 30. We'll go over here, do show VLAN, and what do you know? VTP actually worked. Woohoo! Alright, since we're on switch 1, we need to assign port FA01 into VLAN 30. So we'll go into FA01, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Now we'll do a show VLAN and hopefully, yes, here we go, admin 30. Another important thing is we want to make sure that those trunks are carrying the VLAN. So if I do a do show interface trunk here, good. I see that all the ports are allowed on the trunk port here. So we're allowing all the VLANs across that trunk, which is a good thing. So we will now do the same here. Interface FA01, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. We go to interface 2 and assign it to 20. We'll do a show interface trunk, and it looks like we are allowing all our VLANs across, and we'll do show VLAN, and we see that 10 is in port FA01 and 20 is in FA02, and that is what we said we were going to do. Alright, so this should conclude step 2. So we configured the trunks, we double checked those, we created a domain, we created the VLANs, put those in the right ports, and we double checked. So this will end video 3, and we'll see you at video 4.